Today, I, Dr. Sudeshna Ray, will bust the myths around ye mat karo in pregnancy. Myth number 1. You cannot travel during pregnancy. Of course you can, provided there are no complications, provided there are no restrictions. But it is a good idea to plan your travel. The best time to travel during pregnancy is between 22 to 30 weeks. Because this is the most comfortable phase of pregnancy, and also by this time the most important tests in form of ultrasound or the blood tests are already done. If you are a frequent traveler, it's a good idea to speak to your gynecologist about the schedule of the tests beforehand so that you don't miss those dates for the test, because these tests are very time specific and you have to maintain those times. So you can plan your travels avoiding those dates. Myth number 2. You cannot have coffee or tea during pregnancy. You can, but be watchful of what you're having. Be watchful of how much you're having. About 2 to 3 cups of tea and about 1 to 2 cups of coffee is a good level to restrict yourself up to during pregnancy. Myth number 3. You cannot work during your pregnancy. Who says that? If the pregnancy is uncomplicated, if the pregnancy is going on healthy and smoothly, you can work till the day of delivery or till you want to. Of course, you have to be mindful of what you're eating, how frequently you're eating, about basic toilet facilities, about some positional changes during your work, and it always helps to have some helpful, considerate colleagues. Myth number 4. You cannot wear heels during your pregnancy. Now try telling that to Kate Middleton or to Meghan Markle or to even Queen Elizabeth when she was pregnant. So of course, footwear during pregnancy has to be very comfortable to your swollen feet, to your relaxed joints and to your stiff ligaments. But an occasional heel, especially when you want to put on that jazzy maternity gown, is okay. You remember that your heeled shoes have to be broader, the heels have to be wider, and it's good to have a padded insole. Platforms and wedges can also be worn during pregnancy safely. However, as I said before, that heeled shoes during pregnancy should be only for special occasions. Myth number 5. You cannot climb stairs during the pregnancy. Why not? The whole point is because of the baby bump, you actually can't see ahead, and that's why it becomes difficult while especially climbing down the stairs. Take slow steps, hold the railings and restrict the climbing up and down. But however, you can definitely do that if the need arises. Myth number 6. You cannot take a flight during your pregnancy. You can in all trimesters. Short flights in an uncomplicated pregnancy is not a problem at all. When you're taking a long haul flight, sometimes the high pressure during the aircraft does make the blood thicker and can give rise to some kind of problems. To avoid these problems, you have to take certain steps. So it's a good idea to speak to your gynecologist before you want to take a long haul flight. Myth number 7. You cannot have non-vegetarian food during your pregnancy. A pregnant woman can easily take fish, eggs, meat and chicken if she wants to. It's definitely not compulsory, but non-vegetarian food is a good source of wholesome protein and will easily meet the requirements of the daily intake of protein during pregnancy. Make sure the non-vegetarian food is cooked very well, and you might choose to avoid certain fish with high mercury levels like the swordfish or the sharks or the king mackerels. But freshwater fish is absolutely safe to consume during the pregnancy. Myth number 8. You cannot dye your hair during pregnancy. I started graying in my late 20s and I had my second baby in my late 30s. I did not want to look gray during my pregnancy, and I did not. Remember that the chemicals that are used in the hair dyes are very small in amounts, which cannot cause any harm. Moreover, it's not like an oil, it's just an application on your hair. It's not massaged in your scalp that it can get absorbed. However, if you're still a little concerned, you can choose to go for the vegetable dyed ones, or you can choose to just highlight your hair or do the root touch-up. But the fact is that you can do the way you want to. Number 9, you cannot exercise during your pregnancy. Now, the question is whether you can or can't. You should exercise during your pregnancy. The aim is to keep yourself fit and not to train yourself for a competitive sport. However, whatever you're used to doing, you can continue doing so during the pregnancy in moderate levels, be it cycling, jogging, running, playing a sport at the recreational level, or even inversions. But if you're starting new during your pregnancy, it is best to restrict yourself to slow walking, to pregnancy yoga, to stretches, breathing exercises, and a little pelvic floor flexibility and strengthening exercises. Exercise in pregnancy has to be supervised by an able guide and also has to be permitted by your treating doctor. You cannot smoke or you cannot have alcohol during your pregnancy. Now, this is the point where myth and reality blends together. If there is anything that you really can't do in your pregnancy, it is smoking and drinking and taking recreational drugs. There is no point in arguing as to what is a safe level to have during pregnancy, because there is no research, there is no recommendation, there is no evidence of a safe level of alcohol or of tobacco and nicotine in your pregnancy. So it's best to avoid it completely.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any videos by us.